The people who love us the most can see what we're too blind to notice. And sometimes, we only realize it when it's too late to say thank you. I married Marcus when I was 25. He was perfect, charming, successful, handsome, everything I thought I wanted in a husband. My friends loved him. My father approved. Everyone thought we were the ideal couple. Everyone except my mother. From the moment I brought Marcus home, my mother was cold toward him. Not rude, just distant. Polite but cautious. I noticed it right away but didn't understand it. "Mom, what's wrong?" I asked after that first dinner. "Don't you like him?" She looked at me for a long moment. "Honey, I just want you to be careful. There's something about him that doesn't sit right with me." "Like what?" I demanded. I was defensive, angry that she couldn't simply be happy for me. "I can't pinpoint it exactly," she said. "Just a feeling. The way he talks about other people. The way he looked at the waitress at dinner. Small things. But they add up." I rolled my eyes. "You're being paranoid. Marcus is amazing. You just don't know him yet." Before we continue, I just want to thank you for being here. If you're enjoying this story, please like the video and subscribe so you don't miss more incredible stories like this. It really helps us a lot. And leave a comment telling me where you're watching from. I love hearing from all of you around the world. Now let's continue. Over the next months, my mother's warnings became more direct. She would pull me aside during family gatherings. "Sarah, I'm worried about you. I see how he talks to you when he thinks no one is listening. The little comments. The way he dismisses your opinions. He's just confident, Mom. That's not a bad thing. There's a difference between confidence and condescension," she said quietly. "And I'm seeing the latter." I didn't want to hear it. I was in love, planning a wedding, building a future. My mother's concerns felt like attacks on my happiness, so I started distancing myself from her. I answered her calls less often, made excuses not to visit. When she tried to talk about Marcus, I shut her down. "If you can't support my relationship, then maybe we need space," I said one day. I will never forget the pain in her eyes. But she nodded. "All right, honey. I'll step back. But please know I'm here if you need me." Marcus and I got married 6 months later. It was a beautiful wedding. My mother was there, smiling in the photos. But I could see the sadness behind her eyes, the worry. I ignored it. The first year of marriage was good. Marcus was attentive, loving. We bought a house. He got a promotion. Everything seemed perfect on the surface. But slowly, things began to change. The small comments my mother had warned me about became more frequent. "That dress makes you look fat. Maybe try going to the gym more." "You told that story wrong. Let me tell it correctly." "Your cooking isn't as good as my mom's. Maybe she can teach you." Each comment was small, easy to ignore, but together they added up. They wore me down, made me feel less, made me question myself. I began changing who I was to please him. I wore the clothes he liked, cooked the meals he preferred, laughed at his jokes even when they weren't funny, stayed quiet when he interrupted me. I became smaller and smaller, trying to fit into the box he wanted me in. My mother noticed. Of course she did. Mothers always notice. "Sarah, you don't seem like yourself anymore," she said during one of our now rare phone calls. "I'm fine, Mom. Just tired. Are you happy?" The question hung in the air. Was I happy? I didn't even know anymore. "Yes," I lied. "I'm very happy." I could hear the doubt in her silence, but she didn't push. She had learned that pressing too hard only pushed me further away. 2 years into my marriage, my mother got sick. Cancer. It came fast and aggressive. She fought hard, but we all knew she wouldn't win this battle. I spent her last months by her side, Marcus complained about it, said I was neglecting him, neglecting our home. But for once, I didn't care what he thought. My mother was dying. One afternoon, when it was just the two of us, she took my hand. Her grip was weak. "Sarah, I need to tell you something." "Save your strength, Mom." "No. I need to say this while I still can." She took a shaky breath. "I know I didn't support Marcus. I know that hurt you. But I need you to know why. I saw my own marriage in yours. Your father was like Marcus when we first met. Charming, successful. But over time, he became controlling, critical. He made me feel worthless." I stared at her in shock. My parents always seemed happy, solid. "We worked through it," she continued. "Your father realized what he was doing and changed. He went to therapy, became the man I needed him to be. But it took years and a lot of pain. When I saw the same patterns in Marcus, I was scared for you. I didn't want you to go through what I did. Why didn't you tell me this before? Would you have listened?" She smiled sadly. "You were so in love, so sure. I thought that if I pushed too hard, I'd lose you completely, so I stepped aside. But I've been watching, worrying, praying that I'm wrong about him. What if you're not wrong? Then I want you to know that you deserve better. You deserve someone who builds you up, not tears you down. Someone who celebrates you, not diminishes you. And I want you to know that leaving isn't failing. Staying in something that breaks you, that's the real failure." Those were some of the last coherent words she ever spoke. She died 3 days later. The grief was overwhelming. I had lost my mother and wasted so much time being angry at her for trying to protect me. Marcus wasn't supportive during this time. He was annoyed that I was being dramatic, said I needed to move on, get over it. A week after the funeral, I went to my mother's house to go through her things. My father had asked me to look through her personal items, her clothes, her jewelry, her papers. I found the diary in the drawer of her nightstand, leather-bound, worn, her handwriting on the cover. "For Sarah, when you're ready." My hands trembled as I opened it. The first entry was dated the day after she met Marcus. "I met Sarah's new boyfriend today, Marcus." Everyone else seemed delighted, but I watched him closely. The way he corrected Sarah 3 times during dinner. The way he made jokes at her expense and brushed them off as jokes. The way he talked about her. "I've seen this before. I lived this before. I'm terrified for my daughter." I kept reading. Entry after entry. Years of observations. Worries. Fears. She documented everything. The time Marcus made me cancel plans with her because he wanted me at home. The time he criticized my weight in front of family. The time he belittled my job. The countless small cruelties I had justified or forgotten. But she remembered. She saw. And she wrote it all down. She also wrote about her own marriage. The struggles with my father. How he used to control what she wore. Who she saw. What she said. How small he made her feel. How she almost left him several times. How he finally realized what he was doing and fought to change. "I don't know if Marcus has it in him to change the way my husband did," one entry said. "Some men do. Some men don't. But I cannot make Sarah see what she's not ready to see. All I can do is be here. Wait, hope, and pray that when she finally opens her eyes, it won't be too late." The last entry was dated 2 weeks before she died. "My time is running out. Sarah is running out of herself. Every time I see her, there is less of the bright, confident girl she used to be. Marcus is erasing her piece by piece, and she is letting him because she thinks that is what love means. I failed her. I should have fought harder, should have made her listen, but I was so afraid of losing her completely that I stayed silent. Now I am dying, and she is still in that marriage, and I can no longer protect her. All I can do is leave her this diary and hope that someday, when she is ready, she will read it and understand. I love you, Sarah. You deserve so much more than settling for someone who makes you small. Please, please remember who you were before him. That girl is still there. Don't let her disappear completely. I sat on the floor of my mother's bedroom and sobbed. She had seen everything. She knew everything. And I had been too stubborn, too blind, too desperate to prove her wrong to see what was right in front of me. I read that diary 3 times that night. I saw my marriage through my mother's eyes, through clear, loving, worried eyes that saw what I couldn't. And I realized she was right. About everything. Marcus didn't love me. He loved controlling me. He loved having someone to criticize and mold and diminish. And I had let him because I thought that was what commitment meant. To endure. To make it work. To not give up. But my mother's words echoed in my head. Staying in something that breaks you, that's the real failure. I was broken. I had lost myself so completely that I didn't even recognize who I had become. The confident woman I once was gone, replaced by someone small and scared and constantly walking on eggshells. That night, I made a decision. I packed a suitcase and left. I went to my father's house. Marcus called 20 times, sent dozens of messages. I didn't answer. The next day, I filed for divorce. Marcus was shocked, angry. He tried everything, promised to change, said I was exaggerating, blamed my mother for poisoning me against him. That last part almost made me laugh. My mother hadn't poisoned me. She had tried to give me the antidote, and I had refused to take it. The divorce was ugly. Marcus fought it, made it difficult, but I didn't back down. For the first time in years, I stood tall. I had my mother's diary. I read it whenever I felt weak, whenever I thought about going back. Her words gave me strength. It took 8 months, but finally, I was free. The day the divorce was finalized, I went to my mother's grave. I brought flowers. I sat on the grass beside her headstone. "You were right, Mom," I said, "about everything. I'm sorry I didn't listen. I'm sorry I wasted so much time being angry at you for trying to help me. But I hear you now, and I'm healing. The girl you raised, she's still here, and I'm not going to let her disappear." Before we finish, if this story touched you, please take a moment to subscribe and like this video. It helps more people find these stories, and maybe, just maybe, it'll help someone recognize their own situation before it's too late. Your support means everything. The healing process was long. I had to relearn who I was, what I liked, what I wanted. I had spent so many years molding myself to Marcus's preferences that I had forgotten my own. I started therapy, worked through the damage. My therapist helped me see the patterns, the slow erosion of self that happens in controlling relationships. How it's usually not one big thing, but 1,000 small ones. Death by 1,000 cuts. I reconnected with friends I had drifted away from. I realized I had isolated myself without even knowing it. Marcus always found reasons why we couldn't see them, why they weren't good for me, why I should stay home with him instead. And I had listened. I picked up hobbies I had abandoned. I started painting again, something I had loved before Marcus told me I wasn't very good at it. Turns out, I was actually pretty decent. I just needed someone who believed in me instead of tearing me down. Slowly, piece by piece, I rebuilt myself. And I kept my mother's diary with me through it all. I read it whenever I felt weak, when I doubted myself, when I wondered if leaving had been a mistake. Her words reminded me it wasn't, that staying would have been the mistake, that she loved me enough to see what I couldn't and wait patiently for me to see it too. A year after my divorce, I met someone new, James. He was kind, supportive. He built me up instead of tearing me down. He celebrated my successes instead of diminishing them. He made me feel seen and valued and loved. I was terrified at first. I kept waiting for the other shoe to drop, for him to turn into Marcus, but he never did. He stayed consistent, patient, good. You deserve this, my therapist told me. You deserve someone who treats you well. That's not a luxury. That's the baseline. I wish my mother could have met James, could have seen that I finally understood what she was trying to teach me, that I finally found what real love looks like. But in a way, she did see it. Because her diary guided me, her words protected me, her love carried me through my darkest moment and brought me out the other side. I still read her diary sometimes, not because I need the reminder, but because it makes me feel close to her. Because it's proof that even when we're gone, our love remains. Our wisdom endures. Our protection continues. My mother tried to warn me. I didn't listen. But she loved me enough to wait until I was ready to hear. She left me the truth in her own words, knowing that someday I would need it. And she was right. She was right about everything. Now I share my story with other women. I tell them about the diary, about the warnings I ignored, about the red flags I missed. Not to make them paranoid, but to make them aware, to help them see what they may be too close to notice. And I tell them what my mother told me. You deserve someone who builds you up, who celebrates you, who makes you more yourself, not less. And if you're with someone who does the opposite, it's okay to leave. It's not giving up. It's choosing yourself, and choosing yourself is never wrong. Some people are blessed with mothers who see clearly, who love fiercely, who warn us even when we don't want to hear it, who leave us the truth for when we're finally ready to receive it. I was one of those people. And although I cannot thank my mother in person, I thank her every day by living the life she wanted for me, by being the woman she knew I could be, by never making myself small again. Now go hug your mother if you still can, and truly listen to what she's trying to tell you.